Genoa City has always been a battleground for ambition, betrayal, and secrets too dark to stay buried. But this week, the young and the restless promises a perfect storm, with Sienna Bacall playing with fire, Kyle Abbott circling back to dangerous alliances, and Phyllis Summers once again scheming her way into a web she may not escape from. It's a tale of leverage, lies, and loyalty gone wrong, and by the end, no one will come out clean. Sienna's dangerous offer. After days of sidelong glances and cryptic text messages, Kyle Abbott finally corners Sienna Bacall at society. The tension between them is thick enough to slice, part intrigue, part attraction, part mutual suspicion. Sienna sits across from him, her red lips curving into that feline grin that's becoming her signature. "You want information on Audra," she purrs, stirring her martini as if she's blending the truth with just enough deception. "I might have something that could change everything." Kyle, ever his father's son when it comes to scheming, narrows his eyes. "What's your angle, Sienna? You don't just give up dirt unless you've got something to gain." Her gaze flickers, just a flash, and there it is. Fear, ambition, revenge. The trifecta of every dangerous player who's ever set foot in Genoa City. "Let's just say," she replies smoothly, "Audra isn't as untouchable as she thinks. I know things about her past, about her connections. Things that could bury her or make her crawl to you for mercy." That's all Kyle needs to hear. For weeks, Audra has been 2 steps ahead, manipulating Jabot's business dealings, playing both sides of corporate wars, and cozying up to power players in Lowe's Angels. But Sienna's intel could finally give Kyle the leverage he needs, not just to outmaneuver Audra, but to reassert himself in the Abbott family legacy. Of course, there's one tiny problem. Sienna never gives without taking. Kyle's calculated gamble. Back at the Abbott mansion, Kyle can't shake Sienna's words. Her promise of dirt has reawakened his ruthless streak, the same one that once drove him to betray Summer, that same dangerous part of him that whispers, "You could have it all if you just take it." Jack notices the shift. "You've got that look again," he says, sipping his coffee, "the one that means you're about to do something I'll regret cleaning up." Kyle smirks. "Maybe it's time we stop playing defense and start playing offense, Dad. Audra's been worming her way into every deal Jabot makes. I think I've found a way to push her out for good." Jack shakes his head. "Be careful. Every time someone goes up against Audra, they wind up either out of a job or out of town. She's a survivor, son. Don't underestimate her." But Kyle's already gone, mentally speaking, his mind racing with the possibilities. If Sienna's telling the truth, he could use her information to destroy Audra's hold on the company. If she's lying, he'll know soon enough. He doesn't realize that Sienna has her own reasons for wanting Audra gone, reasons that trace back to her husband, Mitch Bacall, and his murky connections to Audra's former corporate partners in Lowe's Angels. Sienna isn't just offering Kyle ammunition. She's setting up a power play that could implode half the business world of Genoa City. Phyllis plots a double cross. While Kyle toys with danger, Phyllis Summers is crafting a masterpiece of deceit. After weeks of teaming up with Kane Ashby on the stolen AI project, a deal already balancing on the knife's edge of legality, Phyllis has decided one thing. She's tired of playing second fiddle. Kane believes they're partners, that they'll cash in together once the AI code is sold to a private buyer. But Phyllis has been making her own moves behind the scenes, rewriting key access points in the code, encrypting data, and ensuring that she alone controls the final version. In her grand Phoenix suite, the redhead paces the floor, her laptop glowing with the sinister beauty of a secret plan unfolding. "Sorry, Kane," she mutters under her breath, "but you should know better than to trust me." She recalls their last meeting, Kane, ever the charmer, thinking he could smooth-talk his way into control. He touched her hand, smiled that familiar smile, and said, "We make a good team, Red, just like old times." Phyllis had smiled back, but in her mind, she'd already started planning the double cross. Old times, indeed, because in Genoa City, old times always end in betrayal. A collision course. Word travels fast in this town, and soon, Phyllis, secret dealings start to overlap with Kyle's ambitions. Unknown to both, Audra has already caught wind of Sienna's chatter, and she's not one to let anyone plot against her unchecked. When she meets Sienna at Crimson Lights, the air crackles with quiet menace. "You think I don't see what you're doing?" Audra asks, her voice soft but lethal. "You think whispering in Kyle's ear will make me disappear?" Sienna sips her coffee, cool as ice. "Oh, Audra, I don't think you'll disappear. I know you will when the truth comes out." Audra leans in. "Be careful, because if you come for me, I won't just hit back. I'll make sure you never work another deal again, not in this city, not anywhere." Their eyes lock, and in that moment, the war is officially declared. Meanwhile, Phyllis, double-cross, inches closer to execution. She arranges a secret meeting with the supposed buyer of the AI software, a mysterious investor from Silicon Valley, only to discover that Kane's already one step ahead. He's swapped her files with a dummy version, forcing her to show her hand. It's a high-stakes chess match between two masters of manipulation, and both think they're winning. But neither realizes the wild card about to drop. Sienna, who has been quietly recording everything, from her meeting with Kyle to a secret phone call with Audra. And that AI program Phyllis is trying to sell, it's connected to Sienna's husband's tech company. In other words, everyone's playing everyone, and no one even knows it. The fallout to come. By week's end, the web begins to tighten. Kyle receives an encrypted file from Sienna, proof, she claims, that Audra was involved in corporate espionage at her last firm. But when Kyle tries to open it, he's locked out, his system infected with a virus that traces back to Phyllis' AI. In one domino fall of deceit, Phyllis' double-cross collides with Kyle's revenge scheme, and Audra suddenly holds all the cards. She summons them all, Kyle, Sienna, Phyllis, and Kane, to a private meeting at the Newman Tower, her smirk radiating triumph. "Next time," Audra says coolly, "if you're going to plot against me, maybe don't use a program I already own half the code to." Phyllis stiffens, Kyle's jaw drops, Sienna's mask finally cracks. And as Audra walks out, leaving them all in stunned silence, the war lines of Genoa City are redrawn. What's next? Phyllis, humiliated but unbroken, swears she'll get her revenge, and this time she won't do it alone. Expect her to form an uneasy alliance with Sienna, using the backall connection as leverage against Audra and even Kane. Kyle, meanwhile, will be forced to face Jack's disappointment once more. His thirst for control might have cost him everything, including his chance to win back Summer's trust. But the real question is this: what did Sienna leave out of her story? What secret is still lurking beneath her smooth facade? And how long before Mitch Backall himself steps into the Genoa City spotlight to expose what she's truly been hiding? Because in this town, one thing's certain: today's ally is tomorrow's enemy. And as the dust settles, everyone will be asking the same question. Who's playing who now? The young and the restless just raise the stakes again. With Sienna's promises, Phyllis' betrayal, and Audra's icy control, setting up the next explosive chapter in Genoa City's never-ending game of power, passion, and payback.